there's this oud thing I use. I use it every day because I just get complimented from it. So when I go to the gym and I hear like all the girls that are in there, they're just like, oh, Skits, you smell like pineapples and
Yeah.
And I like that.
Come on.
That smell nice. That's the best feeling, man, when you know you smell good.
Yeah.
And someone tells you smell good.
Someone tells you smell.
But you act so calm about it.
The thing is, I know I smell good, so I help people.
Yeah,
just to rub it in your face.
Yeah.
And the killer is, you don't need to say nothing, because you know what? You're gonna say something. It doesn't need to be to me. Because guess what happens after 6 months of, oh, you always smell good, you know? Yes! I prefer that comment. Don't tell me straight away. Tell me after you tried to hide it, but you can't hide it no more. So yeah, man. People smell good. And people that smell like a long day at 12 p.m, don't come out your house. I'm tired of you lot. I'm on the train. I don't even know why you lot don't work in the first place. The train's packed like everyone does YouTube. And then on top of that, you want to stink. Like you just come from your link's house and you can't bath there because you just shit in the bathroom. Like, I'm not on it.
Yeah, it's mad when people smell mad in the morning. But then, you know, like there's conditions in it. Like some people actually have
there like was this more sweat pores than others.
Yeah.
Like
there was a girl, I've not seen her for time, yeah.
Like Prince Andrew.
Poet, you might even know her. Like Prince Andrew. He's outrageous.
Woof woof.
I don't woof. Fuck that nigga, man.
There's anyway, I'm not gonna say her name. I can't even remember her name anyway. But I say this as not as a disrespect because I feel like whoever knows will know exactly what I'm talking about. But there's a girl that used to work within the music industry.
Yes, I know her. Let's stop the convo.
No.
Don't laugh.
No.
And she's cool.
She's proper cool.
Oh,
so no,
deep.
but okay. Let me land though. Let me land because it's not. I'm not coming from a place of disrespect. I just remember at first I used to think, like what the fuck, like it's just. But she's super cool.
Yeah, and then, I'm trying to clear the runway here.
But then dangerous. I'm getting to the part now. But then someone had then told me, nah, it's actually a condition. Like some people actually have that condition of like the sweat pores and whatever it may be, which made me obviously look at it like I then didn't look at her as someone who wasn't washing or wasn't. My mentality towards her had changed. I became more understanding because I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that, you know, people had a condition where they could, you know, sweat so much like that to the point where they can't get rid of that stink. And you know what? Someone I know stink is not really the odor. But someone actually DM'd me like quite recently and was like, listen, Chucks, like, what do I got a best friend. Let me put it to you, actually. She hit me and was like, listen, I got a best friend who smells absolutely horrid. Yeah. And I've politely mentioned before that, like, that person there's an odor or whatever. Like, they've politely mentioned it or whatever. But then nothing changed. And now she feels as though it was going to start having an effect on their friendship because it was becoming very unbearable. And she just didn't really know what to do because she's obviously spoken to that person about it before and she just didn't want to necessarily keep trying to reinforce the thing. So which I was like, I just said, look, maybe they might have some type of condition and maybe you might want to just sit down and talk to them about it. Maybe there might be an insecurity within there. I don't really know. Well, what do you lot say to that?
Is that her good friend, yeah?
Bro.
That's her good friend, yeah?
Like, you don't need to be my good friend. I've told man I don't even know that much you stink. What the hell what's wrong with you English people? You stink. This is now my problem. Your smell is my problem.
No, but you can come across a bit like
insensitive.
I don't care.
You can be like, no, I don't want no one to think you smell. So I'm telling
big
you,
man,
friend.
The insensitive
Let's
thing is
you.
You left your house like this and you came around me and I must tolerate it. No, how about I throw back a you stink?
I would say, can you go have a shower now, come out and let me smell you?
Then let me know prior.
But what if they don't know it's a condition?
What do you mean you don't know? How can you not? I'm a grown man. I'm not 10. So if I meet you and we're 10 years old and you stink, you might get up. Like, I'm in my 30s, big man. So if you're in your 30s and you've got a condition that you stink and you don't know, this still isn't my problem.
Now what you're doing is you are tailoring it to... Wait, 1 second. You are tailoring it to a 30-year-old though.
Okay.
What if you're not?
Everyone, tell your people them you stink. What is wrong with you? There's so much things happening in life. If someone sat beside you and they smell, tell them they smell. I'm sure there's a polite way you can do it. Yeah, but don't
like
be
What is the polite? Yeah, just not like that.
Yeah, just not like that. That's disgusting.
I've told someone, I've taken someone outside.
He just almost was stopping me from politely talking about someone who was smelling, and now he's telling me just tell them they stink.
Do you know why? Because honestly, it annoys me. I've gone studio, and this is no disrespect to this guy. I've gone studio one time. For me, I don't like this, bro. I've gone studio. I've paid for the studio session. It's cost me £150.
So what did you
I've got 2 rooms, and someone come and they smell, and everyone can smell it. So now my working environment is being put off because you want to come here smelling. I took the person outside and let them know. Look, the next time you come studio, my brother, you have to smell. Was you there?
I think I was.
Yeah, of course.
Was they unaware though, or did they?
They weren't unaware, bro. They just, do you know what it is? They play it by their principles.
Well, not everyone knows their breath smells.
That's different,
No,
bro.
it's true, because with people that smoke weed, they don't know they smell like weed until they walk in a room with someone.
Right, because you know what happens? Do you know what happens? Do you know what happens though?
I hear you.
That's different.
Do you know what happens? Why is it different?
Because you smelling naturally because of your body is something you would have gone through all day. Smoking, if you smoked in the last hour now, you've been smelling for an hour. That's fair enough.
No, you don't smell for no. If you smoking, you smell longer than, and you smell for longer than an hour. Take that from a person who doesn't smoke anymore.
Alright, take it from
I'll
what
tell
I'm
you
saying.
that now.
If I smoked an hour ago, I've been smelling smoke for an hour. If I woke up in the morning and I've seen you, I've been smelling from the moment I woke up in the morning. That's a longer time. How have you not smelled it? If you smell like natural body odor and I've met you at like 3 p.m, that would have been happening from morning, Chuckie. But if you smell of smoke, you could have just smoked now. I give it a black. Natural body odor. Why should this be my problem?
Because you know what? See, when
it's insensitive, yeah.
You see, like if you put on, I know you're
He
going
feels
to tell me different.
So do I.
Yeah, he just
I do
feels
feel
disrespected by you
I
not
do.
taking care of yourself in his presence.
Yeah, but if you've got a condition,
that's different.
That's where it
Oh, yeah,
becomes
that's
different.
different.
Yeah, but see, but the thing is, sometimes people don't know that they have a condition. This is where the line. We're talking from a place of knowing. Sometimes some people just don't know,
So
and also,
Chuckie, honestly, sorry to stop you. So you mean you can smell every single day, and nothing you do changes it, but you don't think to yourself, I'm going to be upset now.
Right.
Because now you're clocking something's happening.
You're not letting me land.
You don't want to do nothing.
You're not
about
letting
it.
me land.
I can't let you land.
Bro,
this person stinks.
Sometimes, okay, let me put it to you like this, yeah? Have you ever put on aftershave and then after a point not smell your own aftershave?
Yes.
Right. And people come up to you and they say to you, "Wow, you smell really nice." And you're
Yes.
like, I thought I would need to put more on.
Yes.
If you become tailored to your own smell, you could easily not smell it anymore because that just becomes your everyday. So if someone comes to you and says to you, "Rah, like, your breath smells really bad," or you might think, I can't, like, because you've just become used to it. It's the same with your smell. You just become used to it. So if someone's telling you, right, you don't smell like, you actually smell really bad, you know, you might have thought to yourself, right, yesterday morning I smelled a little something. I put a young deodorant on. It's calm.
Why did I clear the runway? Why? Chuckie, I'm a big man. The scenario you've just given me is going to impress loads of people leaving comments like, "Oh, he's so nice." Chuckie, the scenario you've given me can happen in any walk of life.
This is a man
Something
who
could
reads
be
the
happening and you just go, yeah, but he's just used to that. I'm going to make it very clear. You know you smell.
No, you don't.
No.
You don't always.
No, but
You know
when someone
you
tells
smell.
You don't.
No, you know you smell.
You don't.
You may not know you smell
bro,
right this second.
Bro, you don't always,
but you know
you
you
don't
smell.
You can't say. You can't say
every day.
You
watch
can.
this.
You
Every
cannot.
day- watch this. I put on a cologne.
Yeah.
Even if I can't smell it, I've worn it every day since Sunday. I guarantee you, 6 days out of the week, minimum 5, I would say actually. Someone has told me you smell good. So just because I can't smell it, doesn't mean that it's not happening.
Right.
So I know someone that stinks and has been stinking every day, and everyone tells them or feels funny about
No
them.
one tells them.
I don't, cause.
When
Listen,
someone's
sometimes
breath,
if you smell, just allow me.
Like when someone's breath smells and everyone always tells them, "Oh, your breath smells."
Nah.
Saying that is an awkward thing for a lot of people.
I can close my mouth. I can't close my body.
No, you
I
can't,
don't
bro.
want to smell someone smelling.
You have to speak.
bad.
You have to speak.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
you don't
do.
work otherwise. If you
Okay.
don't speak, you don't
You
work.
brush your teeth and you don't smell breath no
But
more.
sometimes when people's breath smelling is bigger than just brushing your teeth. Sometimes you can have a hole in the back of your mouth. There's so many different things that
I
contribute.
don't understand why you're asking me to be so sensitive to these people that smell.
I'm not
Go
telling
and
you
sort
to-
your fucking shit out.
Bro, I'm
you
not.
stink.
I'm not telling you to be sensitive to them. I'm just saying that not in every
Exactly.
dynamic people know that they smell bad. They don't.
Do you know what? I'm just gonna have to agree to disagree. People, if you genuinely telling me you leave your house and you smell, you genuinely smell, you're fully aware you smell, but people haven't said it to you, so now you think the smell's gone away. What are we adults? What the hell is going on, Chuckie? If you smell and you've not done anything to get rid of it, you think it's gone.
No.
Is that how people...
Bro, sometimes people do things to get rid of it. But if you have a condition and you're not aware that you have a condition, it's still there. So if your armpits smell and you spray deodorant, it doesn't get rid of the condition.
I just want to know, what do you think, if someone can't get rid of that problem that they have, now what's your
It's
take
nothing
on
to
it?
do. They have to email God and go sort it out and talk to Jesus and them. Do you know what it is? I just find it so... In that water there, the Highland Spring.
No.
You can take this one though.
I think smell affects everything though. Smell is the biggest.
Skits, I just don't get how you are unaware about something about yourself. That's very confusing to me. Like, how can you not know something about you?
But you keep
I think
you keep looking at it from like a proper big man perspective of
No, I
living a
don't.
certain life.
No, I don't.
Like sometimes there are people that are like 15, 16, 17. They don't know what the fuck.
They don't know they smell.
They might not know.
Are you saying these 15-year-olds are idiots?
Bro, they
I
might,
knew
No, they just don't care.
they might not know.
Now, here we go. Now, we're
They don't care,
approaching
they don't
something
care.
that makes sense to
They
me.
might not
They
know
don't
that
care.
they have. Wait 1 second, bro.
Yeah.
They might not know at 15, 16, 17 that they have a condition. They might not know.
Do they know they smell?
Yeah, they definitely.
They might have known that they.
That's my problem.
And they've got.
So
raw
if you
brethren
know
as
you
well.
smell and you've tried to do several things to get rid of, because like, we're making it seem like it's a one-day thing. If you're 15 and you have a condition, I'm ignorant to this, but I doubt the condition just came yesterday. So I imagine you would have smelled this smell for a long period of time. So if you're not doing anything about it and you would like me to deal with it, I will let you know this is not my problem. You have to go. If you have a condition, sort it out. Just do something. The moment I say let me just tolerate it, I have to tolerate bad smells because
No one's saying tolerate it.
Yeah, but if they're 15, how can they sort it out? They're 15.
No one's saying tolerate it. Let's be clear.
big
No one.
man.
No one
They
is
fit
saying
with a big
tolerate it.
condition.
So what's going on? Am I
Do you think they're old enough
If
to
I'm
say to
15
them,
years
Mum,
old-
I want to sort my condition out. I stink.
So what type of 15-year-old was you? Because I was working at 15.
I didn't
I
say-
was really looking after like 20 young people at 15.
Yeah,
so
but
for me to
I
say
wasn't.
yeah, but come on. I'm
But
sure
I was.
was in
You
school.
was, but I wasn't.
Was you going to school by yourself?
Yes.
So you had a sense of responsibility.
Yeah, but like.
So did you bath yourself or did your mum bath you?
I bathed.
Did you brush your own teeth?
Yes, of
Did
course.
you dress yourself? So you're trying to tell me in that whole process
Bro.
you don't know you smell?
Bro, I see. Do you know? This is the thing that is annoying about you. Yeah, you mention one big thing,
Yeah.
which has got nothing to do with anything. Then you start giving me stuff that, of course, I relate to. I'm going back to what you were saying before
Come
about
back.
having responsibility of 15 youths or whatever it is. I didn't have that.
Yeah, but that's my
So that's
life.
irrelevant
So
then.
I gave you your life.
So
I
let's
showed
go
you.
back.
No, it's not. I showed
Right.
you what I was doing at 15. I was
Okay.
like, I don't understand that. I said, all right, cool. You didn't do what I did.
But a lot
What
of-
did you
there's
do?
a lot of
I showed you what you
there's
did.
a lot of 15-year-olds that are
still,
not looking after 15-year-olds.
With what you did, you would know you smell. I'm just trying to.
I would.
So I don't imagine your journey to be dissimilar to a lot of 15-year-olds. Are we playing down 15-year-olds? They're not
No.
idiots.
No, they're not
No,
idiots.
we're not.
If you said a 5-year-old, even if you said a 10-year-old, but 15 in school, you're getting bullied.
Yeah.
But in
There
my
was that
school,
one smelly-
you're getting bullied. You will know. If anywhere you will know that you smell, or you're illiterate, or you're not intelligent, or you're not really that attractive, you're gonna know in school. I fucking guarantee you that.
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
the one place where people are honest.
Yeah.
So you're gonna know that. So if you choose not to do something about it when you've been given the information, when you're 30 years old and you smell, don't hang around with me. Same way if I smell, tell me. Chuckie, if I'm out with you and I go like, well, I'm Chuckie, and you go, big man,
Yeah.
I might pass out. Let me go, I'm going home.
Yeah.
Why should I do it to a bag of other people now? Why?
Yeah.
Smelly people stay home.
We agree. We definitely agree. on
Smelly
that.
people stay
I just
home.
wouldn't deliver it like that. I think
Yeah,
that's what
that's
we were
bad.
saying. I think that's all we were saying because
my delivery's
you know
terrible.
what? Yeah, of course.
Terrible. FedEx.
But the,
Throw it, you know.
I think
Yeah.
where we were disagreeing is that like, of course you could tell someone that they smell bad, but if they don't have if they have a condition, like for me anyway, I would feel bad coming at someone telling them how bad they stink when they actually have a condition and they don't know that they have a condition. But if I sit and tell them, you know what, you don't smell too good or whatever it may be, we have a conversation about it. However they choose to deal with that is completely up to them. But just to deliver it to them like that, I can't like.
You can't be insensitive when you're delivering that type of message, but you don't mind.
But yeah, of course,
Because
you
feel
know,
like
that's
they
what we're
were
different. And that,
selfish
do you know what? That's why
being
the
like
world
that
is
around
as
you.
beautiful as it is.
Because you know, and the thing is, if we're at neutral venues, I probably won't say nothing because it's not really my space. But if you come to my space smelling, oh, I'm letting you know.
Oh
go.
yeah, of course. Then that's
have to
different.
go.
Of course, that's different. If you're in your studio and your working space and you're trying to create, it makes all of the sense in the world to deal with that immediately because
Chuckie, and I can
it
say
stops
so.
you from a place of creating.
If I invite you out and you smell, don't come. I will tell you, what are you here for? I've invited you out. And now we're going to be around people raving. Oh, that man stinks.
Yeah, but Poet's Brethren stinks.
I'm not.
Hey, sorry.
Oh.
Hey, stink.
Do you know what is so mad?
With that?
Do you know what is so mad? I was politely talking about someone and he was trying to stop me. He was actually trying to stop me from you me. I was literally just about to just talk about someone that we all cool with, or that was cool at a point that, you know, he's telling me stop. But then, literally 10 seconds later, just tell them they stink.
Why? Do you know why? Watch this. Now watch this. I let him have the runway. He should never have done that. We're on a fucking podcast, big man. I don't want to know my brother. No one needs to know about my brethren. But in real life, there's no podcast. Tell them. But we're gonna.
Do you know what the maddest thing is, Poet? Do you know what the maddest thing is?
Microphone and
do you know what the maddest
camera
thing is?
and
No, do you know what the maddest
Antigone
thing
and
is?
things.
I have a feeling that we're not even talking about the same person. That's the joke.
Oh, phew.
Right.
So
I didn't say a name.
There's more than one. Oh my god.
I didn't say a name. All I said was a girl.
Yeah, exactly. And we and you have been
Everyone
around the
that
same
knows
people,
Chuckie, that's
and
the
I
girl
know.
that's doing this.
I feel like I know who Chuckie's talking
Bro,
about.
I've not seen, but just bearing in mind,
You ain't
I've
seen him in time,
not
have you?
seen this girl in like maybe 12 years.
She works in the
the
industry.
smell made them told.
I don't know. I think she
12
did.
years.
She worked. She did something in it because she was always at these little industry things that we were.
Okay, I ain't
Right.
seen them in 10 years.
Right. So yeah, it is the same person.
And for me,
And that's not your brethren then.
What they think, yeah?
do you know
Yeah.
what
R&B
I
singer,
because
they
we're
It's not your
here,
brethren.
I'm not gonna.
Right.
I just allow that one. It's
Okay.
not for me to say it's wrong. But in real life, I will tell you. And do you know what? At the time, you may not like me. You may think all of these things about me. But try know. You
tell the
prefer it in your face. Because if someone smells and someone don't say something to them,
Yeah.
I guarantee you they're in a WhatsApp group chatting about it.
100%.
They're on Twitter chat. I'm not doing that. I'm looking at you in your face saying, big man, Ray Docs.
Ray. Yeah.
Look at Ray Ray. And you're angry at me. All right, no problem. Because tonight on Twitter, it's mad space and...
Yeah, everyone's creating a space for you now.
Now man's made a space for you, you stink. And I'm the bad guy. Because I was telling you in your face, but you want to come Listen, man. Never be upset with the reality. It's this that you want to be upset with. Because we could bun down your old thing if you stink up here.
What's that? Say that again.
You'd rather me be horrible to you in your real life. Knowing me, you would
Horrible.
rather that. And tell you straight you stink.
Horrible
You'd rather
truths.
that. You'd rather the
Horrible
horrible
truth.
truth. Sorry, the horrible truth. Because put it this way, when people, we're speaking about it now on this platform, yeah. I've offended someone.
I would
Yeah,
say
100%.
direct.
I've 100% offended
No,
someone.
100%.
There's somebody that's got the condition like, boy, if you said that to me, I'll slap. I've offended somebody. 100%. And I'm saying to that person, don't be offended.
No,
As
there's
long as you
probably,
don't put them
there's probably
circumstances.
someone out there that is
Yeah,
probably
yeah, yeah.
thinking to themselves, right, I think I might have the condition. I don't even know.
So
And
go
they
and
might be
sort it
doing-
out.
They might go and do something about it still. And they maybe, and some people might be trying. I don't know what I don't know what the what do you do? Take a tablet? Like what is it? You say go and sort it out. What do you do? What is
You
the
find the
thing?
medical treatment, you Google it, we have
Right,
blood, we
and
have
then so
blood.
how much does that cost?
Nah, the NHS.
So how bad do you want to
The
get rid
NHS.
of this condition?
How long
though?
do you have to wait?
Yeah, you'd have to wait.
I had to wait a year
Do
and a half to
something.
get my knee done, to
Well, as long as you get your knee done.
2. I got it done though.
So your knee don't smell after 1.5 years.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's still 2 years of
Knee
doing it, and
don't
everyone
smell.
telling you how bad you stink. Yeah, you stink.
And if you don't do it, how long is it?
Yeah.
Oh my days.
I'm just trying to listen, people. I understand it sounds horrible, like a
Oh, don't
granddad.
worry.
I'm just trying to get you to be more proactive and just get
Oh,
rid of the
don't worry,
things.
brother. You're gonna
You stink.
You're gonna get a lovely slice of it from me. I'll tell you that.
What? When I stink? Yeah, I know.
Oh, you're gonna
Chuckie
get-
cannot
Yes!
really
You're gonna get a
He's
lovely.
gonna go mad. Megaphone in your ear.
You're gonna get a
stink!
lovely slice.
The
of
beautiful
it
thing
from
is, do you know what I was
No,
saying?
but you know what?
Do you know what I'm gonna say?
He'll take it. He'll take it.
I know.
No, but I've seen
No,
him.
you won't say you know.
I've seen
but
him
you'll
sort
say-
it out
you'll
straight
say-
away though.
you'll
I've
say,
seen him
okay,
sort it out
Skits,
straight away.
Have you seen me after football?
Yeah.
When I know I stink,
Yeah, he
I'm
sorts
like
it out
this.
straight away.
I don't stand next to
He
no
wants to go
one.
home,
I'm
shower,
ordering an
everything.
Uber. Like, no, I don't want to be around no one because I
If
already.
I tell you that you stink and you don't know, you will say, "Oh, okay, cool. I'll do something about it."
I'll
You
go
won't.
home.
You don't always know when you smell.
Who, me?
You won't always know when you smell. I'm telling
Maybe.
you.
Do
What.
you know what? Maybe you speak for yourself. I don't know. I bath 2-3 times a day. I got a lot of time. Some people work 9 to 5s and
Okay.
they're stressed. I'm cool. I'm in my yard chilling, breeze, nuts out. No reason to smell. Some of you, man, you're on the train at 8:30.
Yeah, them and them.
You're in work. You get off work, you're back on the train, it's
it's mad
6:30. And then a man tells you, oh, come around me and you go and link him. And then that man could be me. And then I go, you smell. And then you're angry with me. You're backside, like my mum used to say, go home, put two Radox and water upon your skin.
Can I be honest? I don't think anyone ever gets angry when someone tells them that they smell them.
Oh yeah, they did.
No, there's a sense
There
of
is.
like
Embarrassment.
there's a
It's
sense of like
embarrassment.
embarrassment. 100%.
It's embarrassment.
A boy in our ends, when we were younger, and never forget it, he smelled a doo-doo, fam. He smelled doo-doo. We told him, you stink, bruv. He started to fight. Man. He started fighting, man. Yeah, we were harsh about it. We were kids, innit? Like, it is what it is. But the Don, he smelled like 7 days cabbage water. He smelled like the
7
longest
days
day that
cabbage
ever
water.
existed,
Fucking
bro. He smelled like a dead corpse that was in a rave, hung up. Howler, future one. But carry on.
Have you got Howlers today?
Of course I've got Howlers, fam. That's a big one there.
Do you know what I wanted to? We don't even really have much time now, but like you can
might
stay
do.
here for this actually.
You might do.
No, I don't. But
My brother.
what was it?
It's because he doesn't smell. He's got things to do.
Yeah, I'm not. I usually always smell pretty good.
You always smell
No,
good.
you
Chuckie.
always.
That's what I'm saying.
You
Chuckie
smell good,
always
bro.
smells good.
You so good, bro.
Always
I'm telling
smells
you,
good.
you so good.
Yeah, I don't have a condition though, so I'm alright. Anyway, so I speak from a point of privilege. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Someone messaged me today talking about whether, or to have a conversation about whether men or boys generally rate women rappers or female rappers. Yeah. And if so, why not? Where does it come from? What do you lot think about that? Have you heard? Because do you know what? I feel like this is a conversation that will always come up, regardless of whatever happens. I feel like this will always be a conversation. Like,
He took his coat off.
Because it's
yeah,
hard, you know. I'll be honest with you.
My thing is, if you're good, I rate you. Like, if I feel like you're sick, I rate it.
But if
I
you
don't
got to
have
open
no-
it from yourself, though, like,
Yes.
you got to look at it like this. Like, why is it not? Thing is, this I don't understand why people want. All right. So the rap that I know everyone loves is gangster rap. It's about shooting. It's
Yeah.
about being disrespectful to women,
Yeah.
and everyone likes it, women and men.
yes,
The equivalent, I guess, to that as a female rapper would be selling sex.
yeah.
It just sounds degrading.
But it's not even that. That's not even the part about it that I find I'm like, cool.
Go
It's
on.
like women can deploy the same exercise as men in terms of men rap. So they can be gangsters. They can do that. They can have that sort of attitude as a male rapper. But men can't really have the same attitude as a Nicki Minaj or as a Foxy Brown or as a... There's elements of it you can have, but you can't be out here like, yeah, miss...
You're saying they should emulate what their gender...
No, I'm not saying anyone should do
Okay,
anything. I'm
okay,
just
okay.
saying it's difficult for men to gravitate towards that because there's not too many things that you can relate to.
Right.
You're not gonna,
Yeah,
there's not really too many
yeah.
things where you can be like, you're not gonna embody any roles of any. That's just more. It's so female orientated. The men thing is not really like that, although it should be. Women co-sign people like Future, and because you're co-signing toxic behavior, all of a sudden it's like it's cool. I don't really see much men, even in real life, co-signing a woman say I slept with 10 men. Most men will go, not my partner. But I know a lot of women
Yeah.
will see rappers and say, I want him as my man. So it's just like...
Or lust over him.
Or lust
Or
over him,
lust
whatever.
over him. Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, to me, the situation is just a little bit more to do with how we view things in society rather than music. And because of the views we have in society, it just means that when it comes into music, men naturally are not going to really rate women like that.
Yeah, but not,
When it comes to female rappers, they will. Yeah,
It's
just
hard
like
for
that.
us to gravitate towards that. Because
Yeah.
you can't relate to that because they think they're acting like us. And it doesn't make sense that you act like us when... I don't know if I'm making sense here, but I'm trying to say what he's saying. It's like, it's not relative to me what they're doing. They're copying what we look at, which is like the futures. We big
Yeah.
up the futures.
Yeah.
He can sleep with 10 women, we rate it.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
women
yeah.
rate it.
Well, like, you know what? Yeah,
I'm not saying it's right, by the way. I
No,
think
of course,
it's
no,
key.
Of course not.
Nah, like rapping, yeah, I think from the beginning of time has kind of been a lot about storytelling in some way, shape, or form, yeah. And I think like as it's gone on, people like they look at rappers and they go to rappers for either, as you said, like relatability, a level of aspiration, or a level of like like fantasizing over that, you know, like that gangsterism, like the gangsterism part. So you know what, it might not necessarily be for you, and bearing in mind, like not all rappers are on gangster shit.
No,
We're
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
like simplifying it here, yeah. But you can add it to like different contexts, yeah. Like people will go to them for these and a bunch of other things. So aspiration, relatability, and what was the other thing? Like in some way of like, I don't want to say glorification, but there's something in that, innit? There's something that, even when you look at crime documentaries, yeah, there's a lot of people that are not murderers, but there's something about the guy that was doing that. People are just drawn to some type of violence, some type of smoke, innit, yeah? And I think that like, when you look at the MCing aspect of it, when you look at just like, you take away rappers and you look at MCs, so let's say grime MCs, yeah? A lot of that was just about skill. So if you look at like Lady Fury, Miss Dynamite, even though she ended up making an album or whatever, or even let's go forward and say Lady Leisha, we will look at them and say super skillful. Like they're just skillful MCs. Yeah. And when you put them in a group of guys or whatever, we're just looking at them and saying, rah, like they're hard. But when you go to rappers and you look at the storytelling aspect of it, being in a male dominated field, you just don't necessarily see men necessarily like go into a female or a woman rapper with those same what do you call it, them same ticks. So you wouldn't necessarily say, oh, you know what, I'm going to a female rapper for relatability, would you really? Unless you are saying, you know, she's rapping about a certain type of relationship, and we don't even really, I guess we just don't.
You
I don't
would
go
though. I'll show you why. I listen to Young M.A. She's saying everything I want to hear.
Right.
And that's just me being brutally honest. Like, I'm not saying that my mentality's right. I mean, I'm just as scorned as everybody else. But I know when I listen to Young M.A, it doesn't matter if she's a male, female, alien, dog, cat. I'm just like,
but would you agree that she's like hella masculine though?
Yeah,
so it's like the same sort of, even though
that's what I'm saying. That's the relatability. She's still a lady, but
you're right.
She is presenting something so masculine to me that I'm like, I can relate to, and that's what most thing is. Because music is an escapism. So why am I going to escape to something I can't relate to? That's just not even fair on me. Like, I should rather escape to something that I have relations to and that I enjoy. That's why I never really understand why people like to put female rap in people's faces and say you must like it. It's like, no, you should respect this art form and you should allow it to exist and to grow. And when people find relatable factors or any reason for them to go over there because they want to, that's what will grow this thing.
100%.
You forcing it down man's throat like you have to like this female rapper. She's got a number one. That's got nothing to do with why we like music in the first place.
100%.
So like I don't.
No, 100%.
It's a sad because I'm not putting it this way, Chuckie. I'd be mad real with you. I didn't grow up rating a girl that walked around and said, "Yeah, I beat 10 man."
What about Lil' Kim?
I liked Lil' Kim because she was with Biggie. So in my head, it was like Biggie's the guy and this is his girl. And I was like, cool. And his girl before was Faith Evans. So I was like, all right, cool. If Biggie's not there, I don't know if I'm gonna like Lil' Kim. I genuinely don't know because I haven't seen it without that situation. Same thing with Cardi B. I liked Cardi B because I was watching Love and Hip Hop, and I found Hennessy extremely attractive. So I was like, you know what? I'm fucking with these girls. And off the back of me knowing her story, I will support it. Do you know where I'm coming from? Off the back of knowing her story. But if you just introduce a female rapper to me that's doing the same thing as Cardi B, I'm probably not going to be fucking.
Do men listen to Cardi B like that?
I can't lie, when she first jumped on the scene,
I think she's hard.
She had the gangster.
I think she's hard, but it's like, if you went to a Cardi B show, what would you say is the percentage of men at a Cardi B show?
A lot.
Just hers?
Because of her. It's a lot because of...
I don't know if it's a lot of men.
Do you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I went to Cardi... I went to see Cardi B at Coco, before... I went to see Cardi B just before she blew up at Coco. It was just all women.
She must have killed it.
It was just all women that was there.
But she's about female empowerment, and the things that she's saying are so relatable to women. It's like, what is a guy gonna go there and sing along to? And this is not even... It's not even bad. It's not even good because my girl's just got like, I think nearly every single one of her songs right now is like platinum.
Cardi's hard.
Cardi's on a mad thing. But I
think Nicki's hard as well.
Nicki's
But do men listen to Nicki like that? Really? Really? Like, let's take ourselves out of it. I'm a music man, so I can sit and I listen to all different types of stuff. I think when Nicki is on the microphone, she is the coldest. With Cardi as well.
My thing is aesthetics. I love looking at Nicki. That's what made me take in her music, and then I started rating her from that. That's my thing.
Do you know what?
I
These
can't
So you
listen to
you
Nicki,
only
though.
go to Cardi for aesthetics,
Yeah.
now, yeah.
but then
Now, yeah. Before, no. I
Before,
thought she
no.
was a borrower.
You see, it is Chuckie. A lot, and this is not even to do with female rappers. This is to do with rappers in general.
Go.
When you're speaking, and I know I love saying this, and I'm gonna be, well, I don't give a shit anyway. When you're speaking to a smaller community of people,
Right.
I will be able to relate to you because the woman that you are probably lives and exists within my community. So I'm like, that's like my cousin, or like this,
know
or
what
like
you
that,
mean,
or what
yeah.
have you. When you start speaking to a larger audience and you have to compromise your message, male or female, I'm probably out. That's the honest to God truth. So unfortunately, because female rap is not a business where I guess you can make bare money unless you're big like that, a lot of them have to compromise their sound. And by the time they've compromised their sound, they've gone from rapping to dancing to backflips to house music. I'm no longer there no more. I don't even know what the fuck is going on.
By the way, when I talked about Nicki, I'm talking about old Nicki though.
I know
I'm not
you
talking-
are,
I'm
like,
not talking
old
about- I'm not talking about David
Old Nicki
Guetta.
would at least
In
be...
the DVD, Nicki.
Yeah, DVD
Yeah.
Nicki.
Alright, I
Cold.
never looked at her.
Cold.
She's a cold borrower, but I never took a second look at her. It's because in this society, if you don't sexualize women, you won't get the popularity.
Not
I don't know what
necessarily.
it is. Like,
So
no, but in America,
this sort of goes back to what you were saying,
They start
though.
sexualizing all the women rappers in America.
The majority of them,
Yeah, like the Megans and everyone. They can bar.
So when we again, so like what? 'Cause
Make money,
the main
innit?
point that you lot was talking about before was relatability, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what I agree with too.
Yeah.
So then you look at the relatability. What you're saying there is that you can't necessarily relate to it in a certain way,
No, I can't.
unless you see her as someone that is directly within your community.
Yeah,
But
I
even
agree with
then-
Poet on that because it's.
But it's not like I want to be like this. Believe
Yeah.
me, I wish
No,
I had
no,
a
no. Of
different
course, like
perspective.
yeah,
do you know
of
what I mean?
course,
But
of course.
it's only because
I'm just
of
trying
how
to. I'm just trying to.
Let me show you. Lauryn Hill raps.
Cold.
When I hear Lauryn
Cold.
Hill rap,
Cold.
she just raps on Nas's I think not the
Cold.
last project before that. I recognize that as my older sister,
Right.
or I recognize that as like my auntie in Jamaica. So
Right.
instantly, I'll put it on and I can rock with it because what she's presenting to me is stories that I would have heard, or
Right.
even do up that thing the way she speaks about women.
She
It's
kills
not the
it.
way women talk about women. She talks about it like, is that what you're doing? And I think she dissed Little Kim on that track, first verse. So I just think, yeah, I can relate to that type of female rapper a lot more than I can relate to the over-sexualized female
Right.
rapper because I don't even want to hang around with girls that over-sexualize themselves.
And you
It's
can't
just
relate
not
to
my
that.
thing. I can't
You
relate
can't
to that,
relate
bro.
to that. You can't relate to that. You won't, and I guess you're probably also going to say that from an aspirational side of it, that's not going to be you really either. You
And-
know, like sometimes you look at rappers and like, regardless of what they do, whether it's right or wrong, there's this thing of being a boss, jewelry, money, all of these type of
Yeah.
things. There's that
The
aspiration of it.
validation.
Yeah, that
the public
validation.
validation.
It is a bit of a weird one, isn't it? It's like, well, what are we going to like? I'm trying to figure out what is it exactly is the normal person, just the average regular person, going to rap music for? What are they going to it for?
To find them, it's escapism.
It
It's
is.
escapism. Like a lot of individuals, for example, rap comes from like the poorer parts of the
Yeah,
world, and the
pressure.
poorer parts of the world, people want money. So if you see a rapper with a lot of money, a lot of chains doing successful, a lot of people
And it
gravitate
came from
towards
there.
it.
Yeah.
And it came from because you then look at that person and say, "Hey, I can do that." Now that's what's happened in the female section, where women that were strippers and women that are from certain situations, people like Cardi B and City Girls and many other women have said to them, "No, you don't have to sell your body your whole life. How about you can make music and do this?" And it's giving them a different avenue. But
Right.
that whole story, I can't relate to it, Chuckie. Strip club culture is not that big over here.
No.
I'm not privy to seeing beer big bottom gal. I don't understand what's going on when I see all this, but then when I go to America, I'm like, oh, I
understand
get
it.
why
Yeah.
it works. Do you know where I'm
Right,
coming from?
right.
So a lot of things within music, you end up liking it purely because you've experienced it in life prior. If it's not like that, you're forcing it, and you're
Yeah.
not even aware you're forcing it until it's not popular no more. You're like,
Right.
I don't even like that, you know. Too.
Yeah,
So why I buy the
yeah,
album and go to the show and get the T-shirt now? It's just memorabilia that I'll never use again.
Well,
Like,
you
there's
obviously you
best
got
just
in America, you've got, you know, some women rappers that are just absolute stars over there.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, I guess, is it a thing of like that a lot of the girls are not necessarily endorsing the young female or women rappers the same way that they are endorsing the women rappers.
Correct
over
me if
States?
I'm wrong. I just think that they're trying to please what we like. Like
Right.
they're trying to attend to what we like, and they don't have to do that. They can
Who?
just be, as in like, see what the how we look at gangster rappers and that.
Yeah.
They're seeing the popularity that gets, and they're thinking if they match that energy, they could get some ratings for it.
It's peak. They
And I
look at
think
it
it's
as
a bit
film.
forced. They don't have to do that.
Yeah, they look at it like a film, and they look at all the characters, and then they look at all the characters that are women, and they go, well, out of all the female characters, I'm not gonna be the conscious one. I'm gonna be this one. So they get their hair like Nicki, and they get these big earrings, and then eventually they're doing a video where they're dancing. Like, honestly, dude, I love art so much. Yeah, it's why I love Nas, because Nas will win a Grammy. And his Grammy is for consistently being the best version of himself.
Right.
So he gets that Grammy. A lot of people get Grammys for imitating other things that have nothing to do with you, but you've pleased someone. So guess what? Because you've pleased them, here's a Grammy. It's like, for me, that's pathetic. So when I see women who should just be the best example of themselves and see where it takes them, cop out for a fucking Ricky Martin beat and a bit of salsa, I'm just like, why are you not doing this?
The rappers over here don't do that though. They haven't done it yet.
No,
And do you know
rappers
what-
in America, the female rappers in America do that,
Yeah,
and I'm just
that's
like,
very true.
And what I'm going to say to you
That is
is,
very true.
the female rappers over here, whether I like it or not, eventually, because of money being the reasons why everyone thinks everyone's good,
Likely will.
they're going to do it, Chuckie.
Yeah.
And they're going to be dancing and doing stupidness that's got nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go, you're scared, fam. You don't know how to make your business run by being yourself.
Do you know what the irony of it is though?
Go on, family.
The biggest rapper that is a woman that we have in this country is actually more leans to being authentically themselves, isn't doing the whole gangster thing like that, and it's Little Sims.
Yeah, Sims. Yeah.
We're lucky, bro.
Like Little Sims, she just sold out 3 shows at Brixton Academy,
And she's been like that from the start.
And it was a mixed audience as well.
and it was a very mixed. Oh, yeah, I went
She's
there. I
been-
went.
yeah,
I went there.
she's
There was
been
a lot of
herself
guys
from the
there.
start.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys.
But
There's
look,
a lot of girls
look at
there.
her journey. I'll be honest with you. This is why you got to rate Little Sims. I couldn't find 10 women that would be willing to take that journey.
No.
I couldn't find 10. You know what I'm being to? I couldn't find 5. I couldn't find 5 female artists that are willing to take that journey. I can find 5 female artists that are willing to say they're going to take that journey, but I can't find 5 female artists that are willing to take that journey.
The only reason why this sounds harsh, is because obviously you're just directing it towards that. But when you actually open it up, that is applicable with certain type of male rappers
artists.
as well.
Yep.
It's just
100.
the only difference is because there's so many, it doesn't seem as harsh.
You don't
But
see
because
it.
because there's only a small percentage, it seems like you're only talking to a small few. But
But
really,
you know what? But you know why you kind of have to?
Go on.
Because you could potentially reshape the way female artists come out in this country, and they start realizing that, you see that sort of long journey, that sort of Little Sims starting off in some God knows where and then ended up in Top Boy, and that's just now 3 sold out show. I don't even know what the next 10 years is going to look like. That's a safer bet. Maybe she doesn't get all the love in 2012 or 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. It's not about in 2022 and forever now. It's always going to be about Little Sims. So then you go from 2010 to 2020, whatever it is now. How many female rappers have we seen? How much of them are still around? How much of them not going to be around? And you try and ask yourself why. And I think a lot of female rappers, even today, I will never say their names in this country, are panicking.
yeah, but some are cold as well though. Even
Most
doing
of them are
even
cold.
doing the like the masculine side. Like for me, I proper fuck with Shabo. I think Shabo
Cold.
is so
Cold.
fucking
Cold.
Shay was cold. Shay was cold.
there's-
Shay was cold.
She's very, very.
Shah
very
Simone as well.
Shah Simone is hella cold.
Hey, Shay was. Do you know what it is, man? I think one thing that happens in this country too much. Don't want to sway away from it too much because I want to stay on the point you're speaking about. Is
Miss Banks as well.
Miss Banks is lively, fam. I never know. You see, anyway, I can't say what
Miss
artists I
Banks
like.
is,
Banks
I'm not gonna
is
tell the same story again. I'm not even gonna bother. But go
There's
on,
so
anyway.
many artists I love for their early stuff.
Yeah.
It's like in now I don't really like a lot of
I do like
rappers
Steph
in
London
general.
as well, though.
I love Steph, but Steph,
I love Steph.
I could tell Steph, you see your early stuff, you're rapping.
Oh, what, early Steph. Long. Oh, you know I said this all the time.
In the park,
Do you
where
know
she's
what?
just with bare
I'll be
butt and
honest
she's
with
just
you, yeah.
rapping. You can't chat
I can
to her,
be
bro.
I can be quite hard on Steph only because I know how fucking good she is. Like she's so talented. You give her a microphone and let her express, and she's just on a complete mad thing.
And I just don't like the fact that, I don't know, man. It seems like, because it happens to a lot of female rappers, it happens to a lot of male, it happens to a lot of rappers.
I feel like I
There's
should
a
have
generic
by now I
model
should have
path for
respected
you.
her.
A generic path for you that you need to go on.
Yeah.
And it ruins everything. So, like
By
I said,
now
the
I should
guys
have
are
got.
off.
By now I feel like I should have got for me personally, a stone cold sick project from Steph, and I ain't got that yet. It hasn't shut like her ability, how good she actually is, hasn't translated in the projects. But and I hold her. Do you know what? I hold her to that high standard because she's good enough.
Yep.
I hold her to that standard because she's more than good enough and she's more than capable of doing that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. Like this is something that I've got to like spend a lot more time thinking about because this kind of came up today and it's like all my thoughts on it are all sort of muffled up. But it's like when I visualize it in my head, I'm like, rah, like you know, when you just look at where rap music is at the moment, and obviously it's naturally very male dominated, but you also have a lot of women that kind of are gravitated to a lot of different men rappers as well, depending on what style it is. It could be from a Future to a J. Cole to a Kendrick to a Drake or whatever it may be. However, it feels as though a lot of the time, like when I look at it over here, maybe it's not so much about whether men are gravitated to female, or I just like to say women rappers. It's not really about that. It's like really it's about the relatability that the rappers, the female or the women rappers that they have in regards to their music, their rapping ability, their storytelling, their aspiring to or whatever. Is it translating to the young girls that are listening to rap music themselves? Because ultimately, even when you go to America, yes, you can go to a Cardi B show. It's still really going to be a lot of women that are at that show. It still really is. Even with Nicki, it's still going to be, even with like who's like one of the young women rappers in America at the moment. I know there was a debate about what's her name we had the other day, whether she's a rapper or not. It was Doja Cat or some shit like that. Either way, there's still going to be a lot of girls that are at those type of shows. Yeah. Majority girls. There's gonna be men, but it's going to be majority. And that they go to them for the same type of reasons that men usually will go to men. Because it's relatability. It's fucking, you know, maybe that element of that fantasy sexiness of like wanting to.
Stuff.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think that it's always going to be for me as a music man. I'm going to be able to listen to whatever what sounds good. But that's just because my ear is different. Yeah. But for the common person, a lot of the time you go to something for a certain thing, and I think women do the same too. But I think the reason why you probably find women leaning to the men's side sometimes is kind of what you said earlier, is that like sometimes there's that, you know, that like the fantasy of that guy. Do you know what I mean? Him being a boss, him being an alpha male, or him running things a certain way, or the way that he might even, his ability in like how he might tell certain stories about women or whatever it may be. Like they'll lean to that for that. But, you know, there'll be a small percentage of men that will lean on that side too. But I think it kind of just, it's weird. The scales weigh out in an interesting way to me.
I feel so. Do you know what's so bad as well? Again, like you said, with the amount of male rappers there are, one thing I notice about people, you got like contributors, you got consumers, and then you got them in between that are kind of like both. So a lot of consumers will dress like Future, dress like Little Baby, dress like all of these guys, but there's so much of them dressing alike, but there's so much of them, you won't even notice it too tough. They always will say. With female rappers now, if a female rapper puts her hair yellow tomorrow, she's Steph London. Or she's Nicki Minaj. And these times, if it was the equivalent, you wouldn't even say it, because everyone would have yellow hair. Look how much people have funny colour hair, male rappers, and no one says anything when anyone does it, because there's so much of it. So there's a lot of pressure that the ladies are under, for the simple fact that you don't even know if people are fucking with the music or fucking with the image.
Right. That's
like you have no clue, because how people deem and look at women in society is always down to beauty.
100.
And it's not just in England. You go to Brazil, in the favelas, they say to the guys you can get out with football, they say to the women you can get out with beauty. So if you go to a lot of the places, it's all to do with aesthetics. So there's a lot of female rappers and male rappers as well, let's be honest, fam, that are only where they are because of the way they look. But essentially their music sounds like a pot falling down the stairs.
And I think, but do you know what? There's even more pressure on the women here, because it probably feels like the market that you're targeting is even smaller.
Very small. You're targeting women, and this is one thing women like to do online. We're all standing together. Cause you lot are more different than you'll ever even know. Like, don't think we're all together. You reckon I'm gonna stand up a bag of men and be like, we're all together? No, there's differences even within this. So when you're saying, well, why don't women stick together? Be honest with yourselves. What woman are you speaking to? You can't just speak to all women with one message. No,
No, 'cause-
there's a particular types of women you speak to. So let's
100%.
make it with music. If you're Steph London from Hackney, little gangster, you're going to be speaking to a small percentage of the women within this country that will purchase your music. So what do? We reshape it, restructure it so you can speak to other women that will give you money. But the killer is you don't even hang around with them. You don't even know them that tough. So now you've got to consistently play this role where you've got to talk to these women. It's just nonsense. Had we had a market like in the States where there's just bare broke people,
Yeah,
we can
good
actually
different.
be ourselves. Like we can
Yeah,
be
yeah,
ourselves
yeah,
more
yeah,
because there's a wider audience of
Yeah.
people. Even if you didn't get huge record sales, cause you could go and do a show and say the show's a $5. Blood is everyone's
Rams.
gonna be there.
It'll
Ram,
be Ram, yeah.
barking, Rams now. But unfortunately, in this country, I
It's
feel
very
sorry for the
different.
female rappers, bro. They got to find a compromise that they've never even found in their day-to-day life. And now they got to find it at work.
Yeah.
And in work, that work compromise you find, people are gonna visualize you like that day to day. That's a pressure I would not want, fam. I can't lie. I feel it's not fair, man. It's not fair, but
You know that's going to be a never-ending thing, though.
of course,
It's never going to, like, every period of time people are going to mention, like, why is that? Like, why is this? This is always going to be a conversation, but it will always lead to the same thing.
it's fucked because
Unless there's a mentality or a culture
Yeah, a
shift,
huge change in mentality. So
then it will always just kind of just be the same.
it's sad.
Which
man.
doesn't mean that you can't cut true, though.
no.
No. Of course
You know what
not.
I mean?
Of course not. You
Doesn't
can
mean-
still cut true, but it's
There's
just
good
like,
examples of it. You know?
But Chuckie, like, how are you cutting true? I'm scared to see where some of these rappers are gonna be in 10 years' time, bro. I really, really am. Really, really, really am. Purely because of the paths in which they take. And the female rappers, I feel even more sorry for them because if you're imitating a model
That's
from
what
another country,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad.
the
Yeah,
society
yeah.
within that it's completely different.
Yeah.
So if you're imitating a practice over there and trying to implement it over
100.
here, you're giving it to the wrong audience. Like this is terrible business. Terrible business. You're marketing a product for Americans in England and expecting it to do well. Big man, it's not even sunny. If you want to go beach, you gotta go Cornwall. What's going on here? Like you're wearing shorts. Allow it. We don't believe you. Palm tree. You're in Hackney. I know Hackney's got palm trees, but they're not really that green. Like flip it. Do you know what I will say about women's artists in this country? I genuinely feel record labels on a whole deal with them very badly.
Yeah, they ain't got a clue. I just don't-
Very badly. Very, very, very badly. I just think that people handling them, they just look at other existing models. They don't take a look at society. They don't take a look at emerging groups of individuals within the country that are going to be here more over the next 10 years. They don't take a look at how we can survive this business for like 5 years, 10 years with this artist. They just think about the next single.
They're waiting for things that already pop in now.
Yeah.
Design.
When you're selling culture, if you don't live in the culture, how are you going to sell it?
Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Right?
I would never ever want to manage a female artist. That's too much responsibility, bro. I would end up letting her down. I'd rather somebody that understands.
I don't
First of
think
all,
you
a
would.
woman, 100% would. You need to understand the psychic. If a woman's going through a period and I'm just phoning her on a normal thing, she gets mad at me and I just retaliate. I'm not gonna
Okay,
management's a bit. You're managing
Yeah,
someone's
yeah, yeah.
life, bro. And I just think people managing female artists don't understand that. They don't understand
Well,
that, bro.
Simpson's manager understood for the. Who was her first manager again? What was his
The
name?
first manager
Rossetti.
did. He
He's
didn't
not
understand.
there no more.
Oh,
He's
though.
not
Okay.
there. I don't think he understood.
Okay.
You won't be happy with me saying that, but you know what? My dad don't like me, so you cannot like me as well. Yeah, bro. I just honestly think it's mismanagement of women in this country happens far too frequently. And when shit goes tits up and then a female reacts badly, it's like it's her fault. No, it's
that's
not.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is frustration.
Yeah.
And I understand. Well, I don't understand it, but I see it, and
See
I'm
it,
like,
yeah, of course.
boy, and I've been frustrated as well. You know, you don't just get frustrated over one day.
No,
So-
that's an accumulation of things.
Do you know what I'm saying? But we're talking about something else now. Apologies, Chuckie, man. I just
No,
think
it's calm. It's calm. You lot can let us know what you think. What you got for Howlers, bro?
My lord. Now
Oh,
I don't
hope
know
you've
how
got- I
to.
hope you've got what I think you've got. I really do. If you don't, I'm gonna bring it up.
Please do. I definitely. I can't find one of them because I've been looking for it for a while, but it's off so much stuff. Basically, there was a club in Atlanta.
Oh my
In
god.
ATL, from my understanding. I don't have all the details. Please leave comments and let us know more details. I'm gonna get it wrong. Like, I'm so sorry.
Stinker.
An individual has passed away. He's died.
Word.
They've brought him to the club and hung up the corpse in the dance.
You what?
Can I add to it?
Please.
He's in drip, by the way. My man is in a Miri
Miri
hoodie,
top, yeah.
Miri jeans.
Are you serious?
And they put a crown on his head and made him stand.
Like this.
Brother, he was melting by the end of the night. People were saying he was melting.
It's a dead. Now, you
Are
see
you
these.
serious?
His
Bro.
mum spoke and said it was blessed, innit? His mum even said it was
How did
blessed.
he
He loves
die?
the club. He got shot or something.
He got shot,
Yeah.
and they brought him to the dance.
Because they said he loved to club. And his mum said he would have loved that.
Now, the reason why I can't scream Howler is I'm still getting over it myself. This is
America.
Is there pictures of this?
Bro, there's a video.
Oh my god.
I'll see if I can get it.
This is on World Star best.
Oh,
Isn't it?
Course. I just think America is a made-up world. America's just made up.
Fucking hell, bro.
Americans don't even know what country they're originally from, half of them. They make up new rules every year on how to either enter the country or how to live in the country. And then in 2022, after COVID, I blame a lot of mad things for COVID, but after COVID, you're hanging up a dead person in a rave. Like, I don't get it, because he would have loved that. What about me? He smells. Get him?
Hey!
Get him out! But
I'm so baffed.
Chuckie, this world we're walking into, honestly, bro, this is a I don't know how
Wait,
everybody
what
else
was the
feels.
capacity of the club?
Oh, like a normal club, like a
200 for 200.
like a village underground.
Yes, it was ram in there. Everyone and bro, don't you don't understand? The stage is here, yeah. We're like the stage is here. He's there, my brother. He's right beside. So you're gonna on the stage. You're gonna have a couple of
He's
man.
right by the stage.
My brother, he might be on the stage. Is he
Oh
on the
my
stage?
god, bro.
There you go.
Do you know
There you
what?
go.
I'm
There
not
you
even
go.
gonna lie. I'm gobsmacked, bro.
Wait for that to finish. It's coming. Cancel that advert. Chuckie, watch his facial expression.
Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Chuckie.
Somebody look like Gamu.
And they're raving.
Oh, they're raving. His face is melting.
This is outrageous.
Gav actually wants to see it. Go look at it.
No,
Wait,
that's
hold on one
wild.
second.
I don't even want to see it.
My brother, do you know what's so mad, yeah?
Look,
I
look
was
at this.
watching
Look,
it
look,
at first,
look,
not
look,
knowing he was dead.
Look.
Wait, what's in his face? He's got a mask. No.
No, that's makeup.
I don't even want to see it.
Look at Chuckie's face.
How long was he dead before this happened?
I don't know.
It's a good question.
He's got a watch on.
What did
Yeah,
you
come-
say?
he's dripping,
300 people in
Chucky.
that club.
There's about 200. How have you seen the club, yeah?
Yeah.
How much people inside there?
Would
A
you,
lot, like
DJ
good
at
200-300.
No, I
They-
couldn't
they'll
do
go
that.
help.
And it's
the
true
right
what you
right.
said
Well,
about
do
the
you know what?
smell.
Give me
I was gonna say
5
that. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not
Insensitive? What's wrong with
Look at the
people?
capacity.
If something smells, that's
It is
bad.
ram.
I would like to address that. I don't want to leave it naked.
They got sparklers in that.
No, they're busting, bro.
That is fucking crazy, bruv. That is crazy, bruv.
Ain't no way, man.
That is crazy.
Ain't no way, bruh.
That is crazy, bro.
Ain't no
That
way,
is
bruh.
crazy. That is crazy, bruv. Do you know? I can't even believe it. I
It's
can't
such-
believe it.
it's such a
I
howler.
can't even believe it.
Chucky, I can't scream howler. It's so bad.
It's,
Howler! Of course I can!
it's funnier when the mum
Stinks.
condones it, though.
That's what I'm saying. Cause like in my head now, I'm thinking of all of the processes of like, how did this? Who? What phone calls were? I'm FOMO.
Do you know why it's not confusing to me in terms of mothers no more?
crazy. That is
Because you
fucking
see my
crazy.
grandma and maybe my mum,
That is
that's the
crazy.
last old school mums. That's
So
the
these
last
new
of them.
school ones are just tapped.
The last of
Yeah,
them.
it's true.
The
These
last
people are
of them.
fucked.
Yeah.
Some of my brethren have got young mums.
It's true.
I'm coming to the day yard and the mum's just approaching me in a way she shouldn't approach me.
Okay.
Oh
And
shit.
I'm saying to you right now, I feel sorry for the new mums. There's not
Yeah.
a lot of great mums. Shout out Whitney, Cleo Soul. There are still some good mums out here,
Yeah.
but there are a lot of mums that because they had the child early, they missed out on certain things. And in their 30s and 40s and 50s and sometimes
They're trying
60s,
to be young still, boy.
mixing it up.
This might be mad to say though, but if that's what his wishes were and that's what his family's wishes
Antigone,
were,
I want you to keep quiet now. Just don't worry. I know what you're going to say. At least you're pretty and you got donuts. Next howler. We all need a friend like Poet. We all. Yes, he's annoying. Yes, he doesn't smell.
You're like the Grim Reaper of home truths.
Bro.
Like you're there to go, no, that's wrong.
I do think it's vile. Like I'm just saying, you know.
Because they carried out his wishes, they did a good deed.
No, I'm just saying, is that a thing?
Well, yeah, I mean, look, like, that to me is outrageous.
What, so
But
you
Yeah,
think he
but
said,
I think that's
if I ever
vile,
die, I
right?
want y'all to
That's
put me in the club? You think he said
No,
that?
but say your wishes were like, I want my ashes to be spread across, like, you know, my hometown or whatever. If his wishes were, when I die,
Hold up
hang
my
me in
corpse
the
in
club.
dead body in a rave. I want a rave tonight.
Antigone, if we have
I'm
that
not saying I
philosophy
agree
on
with
life,
this, by the
if
way,
we have that
just-
philosophy on life, do you know everything's going to be really bad?
Yes,
This
sure.
is why I say there's no rules, because I understand the rules. So once you understand the rules, there's no rules.
no
My
rules,
father
yeah.
always said to me, once you know what you can't do whatever you want, because you're never going to do it. But if you don't know what you can't do, well, take a look at the world
if
today,
you said
boy.
there's no rules, dead body in a dance.
Brother, you were the one that was talking about souls being away from the body, bro.
These souls went away from the body. Did you see the trainers he had on? The soul was right next to his body, fam.
Soul was on his back foot.
Yeah, but then, you know what though? Then that makes it even more mad.
Crazy, bro.
The reason why it makes it more mad, yeah, is because if the soul is not in the body anyway, then why are you putting a fucking shell there?
That's it.
This is my point.
Chuckie!
It's not there.
If the soul's not in the body, why are you putting the shell
Yeah,
there?
it's true. It's true.
It's not a gas station.
Because they don't, and I swear they're very spiritual over in America. Like
It depends, like, what culture, what
I
culture is
hate
he from?
spirituality, I hate
What
that
culture
shit
is
as
he
well.
from?
I hate it.
Huh?
What culture is he from? Do you know?
I think it's southern Atlanta. Like they talk.
No, but is he
country.
like is he Mexican? Is he Colombian? Is he like
What, the guy that was standing?
It's a brother.
the dead Don? That was a
It's
black.
a black brother.
The sparklers are doing so much of a mad thing. It was melting off the colour of his skin.
You thought he was Mexican?
Yeah.
Do you think people going to the club knew that was a thing?
Yes,
Yes.
That was the
his
wake.
funeral.
That was the wake.
That was the funeral.
that was a wake.
That was the wake.
Yeah.
Big man, he was asleep. He's nothing. Why you laughing? That's what I'm saying. You're insensitive.
Go on.
You're insensitive. No, you're
Go on.
yeah. Yeah. Hey, look, man. Chuckie, we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago.
Go on.
And I know it's horrible. I agree. Sometimes when I say things, it's not nice. You watch it and you go, look at him, skinny boy chatting. I just try to give you harsh realities in a funny way. So when you experience it, you realise, don't get a woman like Jada. Doesn't matter what you do. She won't defend you. And guess what she said? Wishes Will didn't get physical with Chris Rock. He only did it for you in the first place. And now you're saying you wish he never did it. It's like no matter what Will Smith does, he can't impress you. Will Smith ever impress you? I doubt it. I fully doubt it. Will, if you want to impress this woman, this is what I would do. Phone up Stone Cold Steve Austin. Find out where he got that vest from. Shave your hair, get some shorts and pretend you're Tupac. Even get a bloody bandana. Get a nose ring. Because the person you are is not what she wants. Willow Smith is writing letters to Tupac. This girl never even met the guy.
Was she even alive?
Crazy.
Was she even alive?
No.
No.
Writing letters to... And
Your
I would
mum's
never
ex.
write letters to a man I've never met who my dad claims he was scared of and intimidated by. And jealous of. What kind of family is this? If this family's on Jeremy Kyle, no one rates them.
That's true.
If this family and the Kardashians are on Jeremy Kyle at 10:30 in the morning, I'm watching it with my mum, 100% we're making jokes and tweeting. But because they have money and status, this is normal.
Yeah.
No. Not Annie. I'm sorry, I think that's bad. Now, we've spoken about Will and Jada so much, so we can move on. This is the last one. Now, I didn't want to say it. Because I know you know what I'm going to say. I sent it to Chuckie straight away.
Guy's smiling at you.
Straight away. Now, everybody, after this, I'm going to tell you a nice tweet. Because I feel like Twitter recently is getting a dark cloud.
Yeah.
Dark cloud. And everyone goes there to complain, to moan, to say bad things. Before, it was a place of cynical comedy. I like that. It's not a place where you debate whether Crep should be paying for child... What the hell are you not doing?
Stinker.
We're from a culture where niggas don't even look after their kids.
Stinker.
The moment they find out they got a child, they disappear. And this man has consistently, for the whole time his gorgeous daughter has been alive, been showing us how much he's he's done so much for this girl, bro. Like his daughter's, fam, I commend him as a father. Absolutely incredible dad. And people want to come together and say what he should or what he shouldn't be doing. Half the people inside there probably don't even know their dad. What are you lot doing?
Right.
We're from a culture where you got your mum plays the mum and the dad role.
Yeah.
Your mum's teaching you how to ride a bike and how to do English literature. She's dropping you to school, picking you up. That's the culture we're from, where there's pressure on women. And then a man shows you that we shouldn't be doing that, and you're out here putting pressure on him. Go and call some rappers that don't look after their kids. I doubt you'll do it though. I doubt, but you're quick to talk to the rapper that's a nice guy looking after his pickney. You man there, they even made him. He ended up coming into the group, bro. He came to the space.
Well, you know, yeah, some people, because you've gone into a bit where some people might not know what you're talking
Sorry,
about.
carry.
Now. So basically, what had happened was, I don't know how it actually started, but the mother of Crep's child had just mentioned like a few things in an Insta story or something like that, in which she had said that they split the nursery fees or whatever 50-50.
Yeah.
So then now the internet has a conversation about it, but then there's a whole, I don't know if some of you lot know, some of you lot should know, Twitter has a space where it is kind of like, it is basically, what was that thing that people was doing on Clubhouse? Yeah. It's basically Clubhouse, yeah. So basically, they had set up a space, and the title was...
Should Crep pay all the nursery fees?
Do you know what the arguments were in there as well? I heard like the majority of the women then, yeah, he set up his child for life, but what about the mum? And that was one of the arguments in there. They're like, yeah, he set up Nala for life, but what about the mum though? Why don't anyone care about the mum?
And this is what I'm going to say to anyone that had that perception or that view. This is what I want you to understand. One day I'm going to have the pleasure of having a daughter. Inshallah, God's grace. And one thing I'm going to teach her is independency. And I'm going to let her know that, darling, you're going to be a boss. You're going to look after yourself. No man has to look after you. If there's any man you need anything from, you phone my phone. So this sort of constant obsession with look after me.
Right.
Girls like that, you need to figure out what you want in life. Do you want to be an independent woman? Or do you want to sit down and listen to a man when he says jump, you say how high?
No, I mean, a lot of people love to pick and choose. That's the thing.
What do you mean, what about the... He's looking after the child. He's making sure that the mum doesn't have to worry about no financial rule. Okay, 50-50 on the nurse, but the amount my man does for the youth is set for life. I'm telling you, Skits.
But also as well...
She came out and said that.
He's not together no more.
But also as well, like, you know, what he's also done for her too, on top of that as well, out of, you know, the love for the mother of his child. Do you get what I'm saying? And also the love that he has for her. You know,
Crep's he would
slow
him, man.
He would still, there's having a child with someone, I mean, I don't have a child, but you can talk more on this. It's like, there's a certain love that just never goes because that's the mother of your children, yeah? And once upon a time... Okay.
I didn't do anything. We're different.
But also, once upon a time, there was obviously in a proper relationship. Do you get what I'm saying? And in that, there was a lot of things that maybe some people know and some people don't know in the elevation of both of them. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, to sit here and have this conversation about who... You know, one thing that I saw, yeah, is like, some people saying, you know, I'm never splitting the fees with my partner who's got X, Y, and Z. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, oh yes, you will. Oh, yes, you will. Well, you don't have a child. But the reason why I know that you will is because I'm going to believe that you are going to do the right thing for your child. Because you're going to want to provide for your child. Yeah. And if you don't, then I'm going to just have to look at you and say, well, essentially, you're a cunt then. Because for your own pride, you are going to deprive yourself from contributing because someone else has. That's mad to me.
My child, I contribute more than I need to for my children for the simple fact that one day, bro, they're going to be 18 years old. They're going to ask me a couple questions. And I can tell you, I can confidently answer all them questions with a big smile. Yeah. So parents, I ask you, fam, this is as much your responsibility as it's the other person. I wouldn't pocket watch anyone, fam.
Yeah, regardless of how much money they've got.
Fam.
You
so
obviously
pocket watching how can you pocket watch the individual that's looking after your pickney?
Yeah.
That lets me know you ain't got much in your pocket. That's the problem.
If all it is,
Yeah, you're mad at
If you had
yourself.
bare in your pocket,
You're
you
mad at
wouldn't care what they got in their
Exactly.
pocket. You'd be doing your thing.
Yeah.
Because you ain't got much in your pocket now, that person's close to you and you have a shared responsibility, and it's like, well, like I said, if you have a decent understanding and you're like, look, can you hold me for a little while because I can't really do that? And
right,
fair enough.
that's different.
But if I have, but I'm saying I'm not giving because they have, so they have to pay for the whole thing. Cuz tell that to your child when they're older and see what they say.
Yeah.
To me,
I'm not gonna do it because they have. That is such a shit excuse for not wanting to contribute towards your child's life.
My mum got a job. In
Oh,
her
I'm not gonna
50s.
do it because he has. That is so what? So what would you do in that situation then? So okay, he has and you're not gonna do. So what happens here then?
Kid loses.
The kid goes without. That's so
Yeah.
so your
Kid
child
loses.
goes without because you're saying to yourself, well, he's got it. So if he's not going to do that, well, I'm not going to do this.
No, man.
I don't understand how you.
Kids get-
How do you do that? I don't even have a
Skits.
child.
Chuckie, you see when I look at Zion and Khalifa, fam, whatever you want, you get. Within as long as I can do it, I'll do it. Why
Yeah.
would I have an argument about?
No matter
I
what.
don't care about that. It doesn't matter.
Right.
You two, what do you need? Daddy will try and provide it. If Daddy can't, Daddy will be honest with you and tell you can't provide it. The last thing Daddy's gonna do is tell Mummy she must do it. No, if she can't do it, I can't do it. We can't do it. If we can do it, we do it. It's not about one person should do it more than the other. It's just I don't know, fam.
And even just to open up that, because
She smells.
they obviously they backtracked on it as well by taking his name out of it and then just tailoring it to someone who
Millionaires.
was a millionaire.
Should millionaires?
Do you know? I'll say exactly the same thing, irrespective of the money. Irrespective of the money, if someone is contributing half towards their child, if you then turn around and say, "Well, I'm not doing it because you have," and you are more than capable of doing it, to me, you come across as a cunt to your child.
Yeah. I'm not looking after my child.
I'm
because
not
someone
doing
else
it
can.
because you've got. Listen, now there's courtesy how you want to look. If someone turns around and says, "Well, do you know what? Like, I'm going to contribute this, but also I'm going to do this, and this." Obviously, it's their child. Do you know what I mean? If they want to turn around and say, "You know what? In fact, forget about that. We're gonna however the arrangement is. But see on this, if someone is paying what they're supposed to pay in regards to that 50% or whatnot, and plus doing 100 other million things for their child as you would like for a father to do, or not even a father but a parent to do, how do you begrudge someone just because they've got more money in the bank? That's mad to me.
People need to stop just
That's mad,
fam. When you have children, everyone's always becomes a pro parent, like a perfect parent on the
Right,
son.
that
They
was
just know
gonna be
what
my
to
next
do.
thing.
Like when I had Zion and Khalifa, for example, I never forget when I went and bought them Moncler jackets. So I bought them their little Moncler jackets, and when I bought them like some Stone Island tracksuits, I was like, yeah, mighty G's, and I'm rolling with them. And then I've got people like, oh, if I had a child, I wouldn't give them that. They're gonna grow out of it soon. I'll live it. Then do that.
Right.
I've not done anything bad. I've clothed my children in materials that I believe will last for a long period of time. And when it can't wear them, when they can't fit them no more, I can get it to their cousins or I can get it to someone else because it's good quality clothes. Why are you trying to find a problem with this?
It's jealousy.
But,
Right.
what are you,
But you know
why
what
are you
it is as
jealous
well,
of a
poet?
3-year-old?
You-
This
right.
is a stinker.
But do you know what? Do you know what the
You
problem is as well?
stink.
Do you know what people do as well? Yeah, is that maybe there are some people that might have a child and they may not necessarily do X, Y, and Z. Fair enough. But do you know what? Yeah, everyone can always say what they will and won't do when they're not in that situation. How do you act when you do have a child and you have a certain level of finances? What do you do then? Because everyone will sit there and say, "Oh, do you know what? When I have, let's just go to your example. When I have a child, I'm not buying them a Moncler jacket because they're just going to grow out of it quickly." Okay, fair enough. You have a child now, and you, let's say, make 200 grand a year.
You're buying them.
You're buying them that jacket probably.
You're buying
There's a likelihood that you're probably going to do it because you know what? Maybe not. Maybe how much you spend on that jacket could be the same equivalency to the person who might go to Primark and spend that piece.
Yes,
Do you understand what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes, yes,
It
yes.
could actually just be the same financial equivalency depending on where you're at. If you're now turning around and saying, you know what, if I'm hella broke and I'm in my overdraft and I can't necessarily, it becomes very different then, and I have like a little bit of money, I may not do that because I just
That's
don't.
understandable,
It's
yeah.
That's
That's
completely
understandable,
different.
bro.
It's completely different. But if you're gonna do this, you have to factor in the context. Where are you at financially? Like, what are you doing? And have you even got a child? when you do have a child and you have that level of finance, then come and chat to me
But you
and
know
tell me
what?
what you're
Even
going
if,
to do with
even
your
if
you.
you don't know how I bought it. I could have saved up £10 every week for how many weeks waiting for this one opportunity.
You could have got it for free.
I could have got it for free. You don't know nothing. Do you know what I think, Antigone? Do you know I never like to think that of people. I always think to myself, why would you be jealous? I don't get it. I don't get it. Why you'd be jealous of me and what I don't get it.
You want to ultimately give your kid what you can, and that's on a different level. My dad's mum, literally, like you said, paid like, he mentioned he wanted a jacket when she was young and they didn't have money, and she literally got it on finance and paid like £10 a week to get him this jacket because that's what she could do, because she wanted to do for her child. So I don't know why it's people's business. If you can do that to your for your child easily, then do it. But you know,
I can't say too much things with chess because I don't even have a you.
You can still say things with chest though. Do you know
this
what?
is what I wanted to
You're
say,
still a father
actually.
for so much people, man.
This is what I wanted to say actually. This isn't me saying it at you, yeah, but there's
My brother Chuckie, you know.
Chuckie,
Come on, man.
there's an irony to
that
this
one.
what I'm about to say in it,
Go on.
yeah. But there's a lot of unqualified opinions in it, and I just think people need to just.
Do you know what I
Mind
always
their
say?
business.
Do you know what I always say? Do you know how many shit adults are? How many shit adults there are on planet Earth? So there must have been some shit parents. So don't worry what I'm doing. When my kids become adults, we'll find out if I've done a good enough job.
Right.
Right.
Like, I just know there are some shit adults, and I think to myself, Jesus Christ, boy. I bet that parent was giving some advice once upon a time as well. Your
most
son.
negative comments just generally come from jealousy most of the time.
Antigone, I always say this.
Everyone just has an opinion, though.
If you're doing the right thing, encourage it. As long as the intent's good.
Yeah.
If you're doing the wrong thing, change it. So go home and have a bath, people that stink. It's the wrong
Hey, what is one thing everyone needs to know about? Has anyone got anything? I got there's
Bar
a
soap.
huh?
Bar soap.
Go on, suggest one.
Brother,
Suggest one. Suggest one.
bath soap. Alright, fuck. I don't have no bath salts, but what can I suggest that you sugar? That's it. Frisco dropped a new mixtape. It's called Tottenham.
Yeah.
I love Frisco. Absolutely sensational. I missed out on Jamie's event the other day.
It was cold. And do you know I
Chuckie
made a
was there.
howler?
Huh?
It actually wasn't in the venue. I told it you it was in.
It was in the Earth.
It was in Earth.
Yeah, I know it was in Earth.
No, I told you it was in fucking. What did I say it was in? The last venue. Oh, Fabric.
Yeah, I
And then
know,
You
but-
told me about thing. I'm not gonna say, but
Yeah. You told me, but you know what? When I put the phone down, I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah,
I saw
yeah.
Jammer drive past Earth the other day, take a picture and say the date that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
then I just knew you just.
I actually drove to Fabric as well, so it was a house.
Did you?
I drove to Fabric, bro.
Because it's in Stoke Newton, isn't it?
Yes.
Earth. Yeah.
Yeah. I went to the wrong venue, bro.
I was definitely. That's the reason why I couldn't go. Because
right.
it was like
Oh.
out of the way. Had it been in Fabric, I could have gone. But
I thought I thought you didn't go because of what you told me. Because I said I was in Fabric, and you was like, "I'm gonna be with such and such, and they can't go and get him because of X, Y, and Z." Then when I got to Fabric and they told me it was in Fabric, I thought, "Oh shit! I don't know it was in Fabric. This time's not even in Fabric."
That's
it's in
the
Earth."
howler.
Yeah,
the howler
yeah.
that week. That's the howler, man. Nah, it was in Earth. I just didn't go, man.
I'm gonna big up my. Can I big up my little drop coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Everyone's wearing it. Poet's wearing it. I'm wearing it. The details are there. We leveling up. Gave Chuckie a pack as well. I gave Antigone a pack as well.
You're Greek and you're saying my name wrong.
You know why? I've never heard her name ever be mentioned.
I know
in
you
a
didn't
Greek
even say it with
environment.
chest. I'm gonna tell you. You was fumbling on it.
You know, I
You
say
didn't know.
Antigone because I'm saying in my head.
Greek is Antigone.
That's why I'm saying it like that. But then when I'm hearing him go, "Adugudugudug," he's going "Adugudugudug." So I'm like, he's
Give us
saying
the
it too
accent.
fast. Antigone. Anyways,
Antigone, yeah.
Antigone.
capsule out now.
Spell it
cxpsule.com. Come on.
There's an artist called Shay Universe. I hope I'm saying the Shay right. Yeah, she's got a project called Unorthodox. Very, very good. Very, very, very good. And it sounds. And you know what? It sounds good when the sun's out, but it's getting close to the eveningish sort of time. It sounds good then. Try it around then. Because sometimes, you know what? Sometimes with certain projects, yeah, you got to listen to them at a certain point in the day just to really. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely agree.
Right.
Do you know what? Again, goes back to the music. Go back to music when music. We're talking about women making music and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And trying to embody sounds from the States. There's no sun. So when you make that sort of that sonic where I'm like, I wish I was on the beach,
Right.
and I have to go Cornwall. It's a 3-hour drive. Think about me, people.
That's
Think
a
about
lot.
me.
Yeah, that's long. I forgot to mention a point
Go on.
in when we was talking about that.
Go now.
You
go.
see, with R&B,
Yeah. Ooh.
how much men listen to women singers in R&B? Now, I will, because I'm a music
I
man.
do.
I want to know what makes
But
them
what are
feel
they talking
good,
about?
bro.
More time. How shit we are. We can
No,
relate
it's
to
either
that. We're
sex
shit.
or how shit we are. Yeah.
But what women are doing when they do rap is, I'm a female, all these bitches is my sons, and they're celebrating what they're doing. In the R&B,
In
they're
R&B,
holding
it's
back.
kind of in R&B. It feels like it's just a lot more spaced out, right?
No, because
it is.
In regards to like listenership.
listenership,
Yeah, when I talk about like, so like with women and men, it's like it's a lot more. It just seems a lot more. It's more mixed.
Yeah,
It's
no,
subject
it
matter
is.
though. There's not much arrogance in R&B. It's kind of like R&B is a bit more vulnerable. So like where you're so vulnerable, like no one can't really say anything. They ask questions. SWV said, "Can we get kinky tonight?" They even said they were like,
Right.
"Can we? Do you mind?" Nicki's not gonna say, "Can we?"
But that's the so when we go back to the relatability. If you're saying, "Can we get kinky tonight?" In my head, I'm on that vibe of yeah. Oh yeah.
But
we
she's
definitely
asking.
can.
Nikki would have
What?
told you we are.
Right.
That's when I have a
And
problem.
I'm like, yo,
Tell
what
me
you
what I'm
telling me?
doing.
You can't just grab man's thing like. You understand what I'm saying?
We might, but
Shout out Jasmine Sullivan. Amazing.
Yeah. Jasmine Sullivan's cold.
Do you know who's sick as well?
I
One
will
more
go
person
back
I've
to
got-
that subject
I've got
again
Adrian
one day.
Daniel. He's a sick R&B guy. I'm just gonna play
What's his name?
Adrian Daniel.
He's
He's
got
got
two
two
first
names.
names.
Yeah. And
Where's
you
he
know
from?
anyone with two first
Where's he
names?
from?
I don't trust them.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Kyle Stewart. I trust you.
Don't
But this is all I heard.
trust
Is this
me.
him? Is that him? You're not allowed to give me American.
But he
artists
is
when we do
cold.
this still, but
He's
yeah,
so cold. He's so cold, and he's got low views, man.
Is
And
it,
I
yeah?
love R&B, so I need more increase in R&B artists in the world.
I hear that still.
Sounds like Casper.
Oi.
Like a ghostly vibe.
Proper high,
Nah, he's cold, man. That's a falsetto right there. Can't hit the falsetto.
By the way, how can people get that drop? By the way,
cxpsule.com. It's out right now.
okay. And what? And you
And I
don't
know how quick these videos come out, so it's out right now.
Yeah. And you can. It's not. You don't need a password or.
You don't need nothing, man. It's available to everyone.
Okay, cool.
You see us wearing it, you can wear it too. Just buy it.
Saying that,
I don't know. Also, last thing, I don't know who needs to hear this.
Go on.
I've still got 10 minutes of the first episode of Top Boy to watch. I haven't watched the whole thing. I just
You
watched
still
it
got
now.
what? 10 minutes
Of
to
the
watch
of the first episode.
of the first episode.
Yes.
Why does it take? Why?
Because I'm from the era where when Sex and the City used to come on, it was every Friday, 10 o'clock. I had to go into mum's room to watch it for half an hour, and I'd wait till next Friday. And these people are in a competition with the whole of the net to watch the whole thing. I don't want to do that. So I just thought I'd let you know I have 10 minutes to the first episode finish. And I've got episode 1. So talk to me about episode 1, people. Love.
Yeah, episode 1. It just takes. They call it character building, isn't it? But
I see my brother on a yacht. Not on a yacht, sorry.
oh, do you know who I
Boat.
saw on flipping? I was watching something the other day called "You Don't Know Me" on the iPlayer. Scorch is in it.
Huh?
Yeah. I was mad surprised. Like he plays the brother of he's in jail and he plays the brother of a girl. There's bare things going on with her still. So
He's
Say's
such a
actually
good
recommended
actor,
it to
man.
me. It's good. Yeah, he's good.
He's a good actor.
He's good.
man.
He's good. He obviously
I said
plays
he's
that.
my favourite villain in the UK.
Yeah. And he did last year he played a different role as well. A Jamaican. What was it?
Did he do like an old school thing as well?
Yeah, he did an
Like
old
back
school
in
thing.
the 1970s
Yeah.
I saw the pictures. I
Was
never
it
got to
London
see it.
based though? Like London
It
in
was
the
London based, and it was based on something though.
Was Blakey in it as well? Or am I getting it wrong?
Was it down to someone's trial? Court trial? No.
Nah.
It wasn't that.
No,
But it was community based, didn't it? It was like
It was about music though. I'm
it
sure
music?
it was around like Lovers Rock. Did we
Leave a
not talk
comment.
about-
Let us know. 'Cause we
Yeah,
spoke
leave a
about
comment.
it.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
spoke
yeah.
about it.
We
did
spoke
it
about it.
briefly.
Yeah. But anyway, honourable shout out to Scorch. I hope he can do more of those things and also diversify. I want to see some of these lot doing like playing some different roles and whatever, and just kind of seeing what, where they can sort of go with that. Because sometimes as well, obviously as much as I like it, this is maybe just a light critique, just a small light one, is that sometimes you see like, as sick as they are at playing a bad boy role, I'm still seeing them sometimes. Do you get me? Or like that Don from Nearest. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I want to see what it looks like when when he's acting as like a completely just someone that doesn't even relate to.
Will Smith in the Pursuit of Happiness type of role.
No, we don't talk about Will Smith. Quick one before we go again.
Hey, listen, man.
Now I want to go. Chuckie, I'll ask you a question.
Go on.
Do you think actors
Yeah.
are the most confused humans on planet Earth, depending on when they got into it? Because if we say we're learning ourselves every single day, but these individuals take on roles and have to method act and all of these things, where they take on multiple roles of different people, how much do you know yourself as an actor?
This is what I said to you before in one of the last episodes. I'm like, when even we go back to Will Smith quickly, when he was standing up there giving a speech in Berlin, was he really feeling that way? Was he really?
Yeah.
Because listen,
Because he won an Oscar.
right, I've seen you on the camera. I've seen you on the camera doing that, and you do it well.
Yeah, it
so
does.
how do you understand what I'm saying? Like sometimes, and this is not just him, but I'm gonna be so honest. Sometimes when I see actors, going up on stage, regardless of what the actor is, going up on stage and delivering a speech, whether it be about race or political stuff or whatever, sometimes there's a part of me that's like,
You're acting.
you're acting. You're full of shit. You know what the moment is, and you deliver it really well. But you know what though? The message is good. Still.
Maybe dating.
Yes.
The message is good still. And you know what? You're right. You're right. But you see the way that you're delivering it, the way that you're looking at me, the way that you're looking around, the way you're putting your arms out, the way the cadence in your voice. The sadness, the tear.
Does that apply to real life though as well? Like, say you dated an actor, you're going to be like, are you just, like, is this a performance?
Right, it's
All
a
the time?
performance. Right. Yeah.
That's why I'm
Quick
confused
question,
that actor-actress relationships. Is that even real?
What do you mean?
Actors and actresses together as a couple. Is it real?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because that's the next thing. Imagine now.
This is
imagine
confusing, man.
imagine I'm playing a role of a husband, yeah, and so now I'm deep diving into this because this is my wife, and I have to play a passionate husband because I don't know. Let's just say maybe she's sick. She was sick, yeah, and so now for months I've been rehearsing this. We've been rehearsing together. We're hugging, we're kissing, or whatever, and I've built this super strong love for this person. For this character, we come out of it. How do you just switch that off?
Brad and Angelina, they're together. Like, people
You know what? You're my you're my girl now. Every once in a while, you're just like in my head. You're my girl.
Yeah, that's
still.
crazy.
Kinda.
Wait, so maybe
But there's a lot
acting-
on screen that's happened that's eventually led onto off screen.
There's
Yeah, of
loads,
course.
There's loads.
There's
of
loads.
real
What?
couples now.
There's
Do you know what?
There's
I would
like-
love to find out. I mean, we'd never really know, but how many of them are smashing behind the scenes?
They're all smashing each other.
You're playing these sex roles
It's
and that.
Hollywood.
And then like afterwards you're just in the trailer, what you're telling me not a young neck.
Alright, so is it immature then to say you wouldn't want to go have an actress? Like, say she's done a sex scene. They've had sex.
Yeah.
It's
No,
fair
I'll
if that's
go-
one
I'll
of
go
your
with
things
that.
you can't tolerate because you're going to have to accept it.
I would never go have an actress.
Like, why?
Is that non-negotiable
Never.
for you?
Are you
Serious?
have a good time, man? It's not for me, bro. For me to pretend I'm watching a film like, oh my god, I love that scene when you were getting.
Yeah, because there's happily married couples and their partner is doing a sexy, raunchy, romantic sex.
But the problem is that
Too immature.
but
There's actors
sometimes
that refuse
but
to do that though. There's a really like one of the biggest actors in America, one of the old. I'll find the name, but he literally has never done a scene with another woman because
Is
of
it?
his wife.
He's got a wife, yeah.
But then he's not professional then.
No, but he's like one of the most.
Chuckie!
Do you know why though? The reason why, okay,
Let him land. Clear the runway, my brother.
his missus in some way should have a problem with that. Because he's basically saying he's got no self-control. That's basically what he's saying. I got none. He can't even step into the role of a character
Tell them, Chuckie.
with another woman.
And just be normal.
Right.
Yeah,
and
bring the bread
because
home.
he knows he's gonna pipe.
He's gonna pipe it up.
That means you got no self-control. She should have a problem with that.
Yeah.
She shouldn't.
Yeah.
She should have a
I
problem with that.
actually think it's someone who's I think it's Denzel Washington.
It's Denzel. You know don't fuck. Anyway, listen.
Tell me don't fuck with Denzel.
Anyway, thanks for
Shout out
listening, everyone.
Idris.
Yeah.